Okay, we're going to create a new project called flexbox demo. And in your assignment 6 folder, you want to create a folder. So you want to click on new folder and then call it flexbox demo. Then inside your flexbox demo, you want to create 2 text files. So you want to do new text document and call it index.html. And do the same thing with styles.css. And again, if you can't see the extension on there, by now you should. Click on View and make sure you've checked File Name Extensions. All right, once we have that there, then we're simply going to drag it onto Sublime Text, and go ahead and open up our index. So the first thing we're going to do, since we've already created a template for this, we're just going to type start and everything's in it. So this title is going to be Flexbox Demo, and then description. Normally you would do like 3 short sentences, 2 long sentences, but I'm just going to put Flexbox Demo. Again, that's for the search engines. And then we have this to ensure that we have a responsive site. And then there's our link to our style sheet. All right, and then the next thing we're going to do is go into our body, and I'm going to create a main. And inside main, we're going to have a header. And inside our header, we're going to have an H1. And we're going to call this Flexbox Demo. And then in there, we're going to have a section. Oops. And this section is going to be our Flex container. And inside there, we're going to have some children. I'm going to do this a little bit different as the demo. I'm going to do this differently than I did in the writing of it, because I've used divs, but that wasn't necessary. I could have actually used paragraphs with a class of box. So p dot box, and now I have a paragraph with a box in it. So before I use div, and actually div is perfect for this, but you can also use a paragraph. What I need is a block level element. Now the thing about the paragraph thing is going to come in with some other properties. It is going to have margin because we want these double spaced, and that can cause problems. Or if I wanted to, I could have called this article dot box, and that probably would have been a little bit better because an article is a block element that does not have any attributes to it. So would it be exactly like the other? So let's do it this way instead. And then inside there, I'm going to have an H2 and what am I going to put in there? One. Okay, and then in there we'll have another article. And we'll try that again. Article dot box H3, and that will be 2, and then article dot box, and then H3. Why does that sometimes? And then 3. So the reason why I used divs on the last one, because I wanted a block level element that had no semantic. There's nothing inside this that makes this an article or a sub-thing of section. But you can use any block element you want. You want to be careful. I could have made this H1 dot box. But again, H1 comes with certain attributes, and I don't want to have to overwrite those attributes. But article aside, I can even call this footer dot box if I wanted to. Div is a generic block element, and you'll see them a lot. And that would have been just as fine here rather than using article. Just wanted to show you that, I didn't want you to go away thinking divs were some sort of magic thing. All they are is a block element. that we use. That's kind of generic. All right. So we'll do File, Save All. And then we will open it up. So, whoops. So there's my demo. Let me make sure I have, it's going to show up here. So I'll right mouse click, open with Google Chrome. And you can see that's all we have for now. So now we're ready to go ahead and start to style this. Okay, so we're going to start styling this. So we're going to open our style sheet. And we have our main. And in our main, we're going to make the main box width 80%. We're going to give a margin of 0 top and bottom, and auto left and right so that it's centered on the page. And then let's just go ahead and give some padding. I had 2% in the notes, but I don't like that. So let's just put 20 pixels of padding to keep it nice from the side. All right, and now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and create that box. So let's do box. You have to have a dot in front of it because classes have periods or let's see. Yeah, in high school you had a class period. So just remember, a period goes in front of box, but only in the CSS, not in the HTML. And let's go ahead and give it a nice border. So we're going to do border. And then we'll do a nice fat 4 pixels, solid and black. So the only time we use colors is for white and black. The rest we'll use RGB. And even in some of the other lessons, I've been using RGB 0,0,0 for black. So, but black is by professional developers is exactly what you want. So we'll go ahead and put a lot of padding here to make the boxes spread out. And then we'll use a background color. And we're going to do light blue. So I'm going to put out here light blue. Again, I use my HTML color codes to find the RGB value. And then I put the name of it out here so I'll know when I look back what the heck all that is. All right, let's see what's going on. We'll do File, Save All. And I'll come out here, move this down a little bit, and refresh. All right, so there's our main with our 20% on either, 80%, so it's 10% on each side. And then we have our boxes, they're block level elements, so they're going to span the entire container of main. All right, so now they're ready to go ahead and let's see, let's do we're missing something. So we're going to take this section. I'm going to do this differently too. I gave this a class of flex container because I thought that might make it easier, but then it also might make it more confusing because what we have here is we have 3 children and we want those children to flex. The flex container is section. I don't want you to think that you have to put a class in order to make it so. So I'm going to style this a little bit differently also. So in here, I'm going to not use a class. So we'll leave that class up here. And then down here, I'll put section, make that my and let's see. Let's do a border of 1 pixel solid black. And let's go ahead and put some margin in there, and I'll take it away from the flex container. And let's do margin of 1 EM. Let's see how that looks. And we'll do File, Save All, and refresh. All right. Well, nothing's happened, right? We got this thing smaller because we have our margin in there, but our 1 pixel border is going around that. So let's go ahead and go to our next thing, and that is to create actually the flex and show the importance of a flex container. So I'm going to come up to this section. And remember, this section had those 3 articles as children. So I'm going to do display, because right now it's displaying block, display, flex. And I'm going to do File, Save All, and refresh. What? Look at that. And now they're all 3. And notice that they're different sizes, and they're different sizes because of the content in them. In fact, I'm not sure why 1 is bigger than 2 and 3. That text looks bigger. Did I do something? What did I do with that? Did I make H2? Oh, H3, H3. That's why. This should be H2, H2. So whenever things don't look right, say, hey, what's going on here? And you might have already noticed that and wonder why I was doing it that way. All right. Now it looks better. You can see that it's darker here because we have, actually this is an 8 pixel to 4 and 4, and there's 4 on either end, and that one of course has this extra border out there. All right, this is 12 minutes already. So I'm going to go ahead and break this into 2 separate videos. So now that we've gotten everything all set up, then we'll play with Flexbox in the second video.